Hi friends! Okay, first things first, I'm sorry about all of this. Our power is out today and so I had wanted to record this video so that it was ready to edit, but I did not anticipate the power being out today. So today you get what you get and hope that's okay. Alright, so if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or any of that, then you probably saw that this last weekend, my husband and I had a really fun date at home. We did a Pinterest-inspired date. And so I want to tell you a little bit about that, but first I just want to talk about dates. Dating your husband, like why I think this is so important. So if you know me at all, you know that I am a huge advocate for dates. I think that they are so important. I think that you should never stop dating your husband. I think that they need to be regular and they need to be something more than just dinner and a movie. One of my favorite websites is the Dating Divas. I go there a lot to get ideas for dates. I get free printables from them and just they help get the creative juices flowing. I know that there's a lot of reasons why people don't date their spouse anymore. I wrote a blog post about this in April, I think. It was a while back. I had narrowed it down to 3 main reasons I hear for people not going on dates. If you want to read the blog post, I'll link it down below, but I want to talk about those 3 reasons that I've seen over and over and over again people give for not going on dates and how you can get around them. So first of all, the one I hear probably the most is time. We are very busy people. I 100% get that. We went through a season in our life where my husband was working, I mean, obviously he's still working, but, he just had a lot of responsibilities at work. We were leading a Bible talk in our church. I was busy doing a lot of volunteering with Marine Corps Community Services and also with my husband's command. There's my dog. Bailey. Go lay down. There was a period of time where I was really, Bailey, go lay down somewhere. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I guess Bailey's joining us for the video. That's fine. There was a period in our lives where we were both so busy, and the typical Friday night, Saturday night, those were not working for dates. We just did not have the time on Fridays and Saturdays to make it work. So we had to get creative. There were a lot of dates that we would have on Monday nights or a Thursday night, just a random night throughout the week. We had some extra time in the evening, so we just dedicated that to going on a date. It's definitely possible to work around busy schedules. I know how crazy it can seem, but if you make it a priority, then you're going to be able to have that time. We have time for Facebook. We have time for Netflix shows. We have time for, just all these various things that are not enriching for our lives or not enriching for our marriage. I just really, truly believe that everyone has time for dates if they make the time. So that is one excuse that I do not like for not going on dates is time. Make the time. Second that I hear all the time is money. Now, again, this is a very valid excuse, like budgets are tight. I 100% get that. We are on the Dave Ramsey plan for getting out of debt, and so our budget is very tight and we don't have a whole lot of money to spend. But we budget for dates. We find it that important. We don't have cable. We don't do a lot of eating out. There are other areas that we've cut so that we can make time for dates. So I think that it's important enough to budget accordingly, to have the money for dates. Have a yard sale if you need to use that money for dates. Do some extra babysitting. Use that money for dates. Pick up a couple extra hours at work. Use that money for dates. Find a way to make it work because dates are that important. And then a third reason that I hear over and over and over again, and this is the one that I really take offense to, is babysitting. People don't have babysitters and they say that's why they're not going on dates. 9 times out of 10, when I hear this from someone, they have never asked me to babysit for them. Never. And that's why I take offense, because if I know that one of my friends desperately needs a date with their husband, even if they don't desperately need, maybe they just want to go on a date with their husband. If I know that someone's trying to make time for a date with their husband, I am going to offer up babysitting. I'm going to make it work that I can give them that opportunity. And I'm not going to charge an arm and a leg for babysitting so that you can go on a date with your husband. Like, no, that's ridiculous, because I know how important dates are. Start a rotating schedule with your friends, you know, maybe get 3 couples together, and so you can go on a date at least once a month, and each weekend, you know, you take turns babysitting for the other couples. Or maybe even just one other couple just take turns babysitting for each other. Look for like the mom's night out things that they do for different churches. I know that they're out there. Just any time that you can get babysitting. If you're a military spouse, look into, you know, having other spouses babysit. And if you have tried, you've asked every single person you know and trust to babysit, and none of them can, and you're still not going on dates, make it work at home. There are so many dates that we've done that are at home dates. The Pinterest date that we did, we don't even have kids, but we still date at home because it's A, cheaper, and B, you know, sometimes we want to stay home. We want to enjoy our time, but we still make it a date-like atmosphere. Put the kids to bed, you know, 30 minutes early and stay up a little bit later, and have that time that's dedicated just for you, that your undivided attention. Turn off the cell phones, put them away, and just focus on each other and enriching your marriage and coming together and enjoying that time. So hopefully that gave you some ideas of how to make dates work. Okay, so I want to tell you about our exciting Pinterest date. It was so fun. First of all, I gotta say, I am so lucky to have a husband that is willing to, you know, be crafty with me and do fun Pinterest stuff. This is actually his idea. So I want to show you these. So I made these envelopes. I think they were for Valentine's Day this year. I made him these. And so each month of the year has an envelope, and in each envelope is 3 different date ideas. So one of them costs money and the other 2 can be done at home, or the cost is very low. Now, we do not really use these that often because we're pretty good about figuring out dates to do and stuff like that. But these come in handy whenever we don't really know what to do. We're kind of stumped on how to get a date in. So this week, my husband was going through these. I don't even think he picked the right month. I think he was just going through them. And so he saw the Pinterest date and he chose that one and wanted to do a Pinterest date. So what a Pinterest date is. So we went through Pinterest. He was in charge of food. I was in charge of craft. He went and picked out a new recipe for us to try and a new dessert for us to try. Now, this was a cheat meal for me. So he picked whatever he wanted to try, and I didn't worry so much about the diet restrictions, all that kind of stuff, and just enjoyed our date together. So, and I picked a craft for us to try. So this was like an all-day thing for the 2 of us. We went and like picked up the ingredients for our recipes, and we went and picked up the stuff for our craft. The craft that we did was under $10, which I think is really good for our cute craft. So we made the dessert, and then we were working on our craft, and we painted, and you know, it was really fun to spend that time together and do something that was one-on-one. Then we made dinner together, and when we were done with dinner, we watched, or like as we were eating, we watched Batman Begins. And so, I don't know, it was just a really fun date, something that we'll be able to remember. And now we have this beautiful fall craft that every time I look at it, it's, you know, going to be a part of our normal fall decor. Anytime I look at it, I'll just remember that fun time that I had with my husband and those memories that we made together. So I'm going to insert like a little bit of like what our date looked like and just how that went. So that footage will be now. Okay, so as you can see, it was a lot of fun. Our craft is so beautiful, and I'm just so happy with it. And like I said, the out-of-pocket cost was like $10 because the ingredients for our recipes would have been a part of our normal grocery shopping, and we got most of the supplies for our craft from the Dollar Tree and Walmart, so it was like really cheap. And then I had a lot of stuff on hand too. So I hope that encourages you all to go out and date your husband. If you would like to know more about how we actually put together our craft, let me know and I can do a separate video on that. Also, if you would like to know how I made these envelopes and a little bit more about them, let me know and I will go over this in more detail. This would make a really good like Christmas gift or anniversary gift for people that are on a budget. For Valentine's Day, we're very cheesy. We like celebrate everything. And so for Valentine's Day, we decided to make each other gifts since we are on a budget. And so this is the gift that I made him, and it's just something really special, and we haven't used all of them, so it's gonna be a while, you know, that he can keep using this gift. So if you want to know more about that, let me know and I'll make a separate video on that as well. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in a few days. Bye.